Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next-level tactics. From off-site and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition.
Welcome back to another episode of the SEO.co podcast. Today we're kicking off a longer series, Link Building for SEO, kind of an ultimate guide. And we're going to break this down chapter by chapter, and some of these episodes might contain multiple chapters in one episode, so bear with us as we go. We're going to start off with Chapter 1, a link building overview. Link building is a term referring to the practice of establishing links or hyperlinks that point to your site. It's that simple. But why would you invest time and money in link building? Well, it's because link building is about promotion. It's a promotional strategy that helps people find your site, and in a number of different ways, as we'll see. Link building is most commonly known as a search engine optimization or SEO strategy. That's because it helps you increase your domain authority, or DA. A higher DA means higher rankings, and higher rankings means more traffic. And you already know why it's a good thing to have more traffic. That said, link building is also a good strategy for generating traffic via other channels. Notably, if you build a strong link with a good publisher, you can generate a stream of separate referral traffic to your site. So let's get crazy and start building links right now. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Correct link building or effective link building requires you to research your audience, plan your strategy, exercise communication, create excellent content, and remain persistent as you face adversity. There's a lot to learn and a lot to practice, but don't worry, we're here to help. If you're ready to learn more about link building, just keep listening to this guide and this series. We're about to introduce you to everything you need to know, or at least the fundamentals. So let's talk about the three main components of SEO. There are more than 200 ranking factors used by Google to determine a web page's trustworthiness and ranking. That's a lot to juggle as a webmaster. Fortunately, we can conveniently group these factors into three main categories. These three categories lead us to the three main components of any SEO strategy: technical optimization, on-site content development, and off-site SEO. First, let's talk about technical optimization. It's all about making sure your website works properly and can be indexed by Google as intended. Secondly, on-site content development is all about writing high-quality content for your site and optimizing it with the right keywords. And lastly, off-site SEO is all about establishing your website's trustworthiness, usually by calling upon the power of link building. Technical optimization is mostly a one-time effort. Once you have all the right components in place, maintenance is minimal. On-site content development is important, but it has limited power to boost your authority and encourage meaningful increases in website rankings. Of the three, off-site SEO/link building is arguably the most important for your strategy to succeed. Now, let's look into how Google generates revenue. Google's parent company, Alphabet, has hundreds of projects and countless ways of generating revenue, but Google Search still generates revenue the way it used to. Google's been around for so long as a free tool that it's easy to forget that it's still a profit-driven company. Its main purpose is to make money. So how does it do it? And why does this matter for link building? The short answer is that Google makes money from ads. There are ads on nearly all search engine results pages, or SERPs, sometimes at the top and sometimes at the bottom. They may not take up much space, but they're responsible for generating tens of billions of dollars for the company every year. These ads are only capable of generating revenue for Google because lots of people use Google. Google is therefore incentivized to give users the best possible search experience. That means providing them with the most trustworthy, most relevant results. And this is where you come in. Google doesn't care about your site. It doesn't care about you. It cares about its users and giving them the best possible experience. Therefore, if your site can deliver users the best possible experience, you'll be a shoo-in to reach higher rankings. Simple, right? So why aren't more people using link building? Sometimes misunderstood and sometimes neglected, link building is actually one of the most beneficial, cost-efficient, and powerful strategies you can implement for your brand online. So why is it that a whopping 38% of online marketers aren't using this strategy at all? The way I see it, there are three main reasons. Marketers misunderstanding link building, thinking of it in terms of archaic tactics that are no longer effective or even safe. Marketers not seeing the true impact of the strategy, missing the potential value it holds. Or marketers not knowing how to implement the strategy properly, leaving them unable to begin work or leaving them with less than ideal results after pursuing the strategy for some time. By the end of this guide, you should have a thorough understanding of modern link building services, with all the tools and knowledge you'll need to get started. Which brings us into Chapter 2, the purpose and benefits of link building for SEO. At this point, you might not be convinced that link building is worth all the effort. But link building is about far more than just increasing your search engine rankings. Take a look at some of the ways link building can support your brand. First, brand content and visibility. By publishing your work on outside sources, you can gain access to wider spreads of more diverse readers, increasing the reach of your material. Also, your brand name will reach more online users. Secondly, reputation by affiliation. In the early stages of your link building campaign, you'll be working with relatively low-level niche sources. But as you build up, you'll start getting positions on high-authority, noteworthy publishers. I'm talking about major household names like Forbes and Huffington Post. You can use these affiliations to promote the notoriety of your own brand. Next, referral traffic. One of the biggest benefits of link building is the generation of referral traffic, which refers to any readers who click on your links and get to your site. Your website is where your actual conversions take place, so the more people you have coming to your site, the more direct revenue you're going to receive. Next, search engine optimization, or SEO. Link building as a strategy first emerged as a means of increasing your rankings and visibility in search engines. Higher rankings means more traffic from search engines, which means more opportunities for conversion. Next up, ongoing traffic and returns. Another major advantage of link building is its power to generate ongoing returns. When you build links, they're almost always permanent. This gives link building the power to generate compounding returns, multiplying your return on investment, or ROI, the longer you pursue the strategy. This means you'll see less of a return early on, but after a few months of consistent commitment, you'll start seeing better and better results. Before we get too far into talking about link building, we need to talk about links. So you may be asking, what are links anyway? Intuitively, you probably know what links are, but it's important to get an understanding of how they function for the web. Hyperlinks are designed as a navigational tool. If you click a hyperlink, you'll be automatically taken to another website, the website whose URL is housed in that link. The main function of a link is to make navigation easier for users of the web and to create the architecture between pages responsible for the web's web-like connections. This is fundamentally important because there are only 3 ways to reach a web page. You can either click a bookmark, type in a URL, or click a link. Therefore, if you haven't yet discovered a page, a link is the only way to discover it. But there's another purpose for links now that Google and other search engines exist. In the eyes of Google, a link is a vote of confidence. It's a sign that this website inherently trusts the page to which they are linking. On a small scale, it's not a big deal, but on a large scale, you can use this principle to analyze the trustworthiness of millions of pages. And that's all we have for this episode. Join us next time as we move into Chapter 3, Link Building Methodologies. Thanks again for listening to the SEO.co podcast, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.